Nintendo isn't exactly new to the racing genre. They used to have so many different racing games in the past with their own unique premise, look, and feel to them. And even though Nintendo really doesn't have a strong lineup of first-party racing games like they once used to, they at least built up a fan base where people to this day still stand by those games and they still find their way to get back into the conversation. But out of all the racing games Nintendo has made in the past, or that they own, I never hear anybody talk about one of their best racing games that came out on the Wii, that being Excitebots. But honestly, I really can't blame them. I mean, have you seen the box art for this game? Yeah, it's not very good. It looks like some type of Hasbro game you'd find in the bargain bin for $3, but it's not. It's a lot more than that. It's a Nintendo game you'd find in the bargain bin for $3. Which I did. But I want to shed some light on this little gem because really it just deserves a lot more love and attention. This is Excitebots. Excitebots is the fourth and latest installment in the Excite series, exclusive to the Nintendo Wii, developed by Monster Games, released on April 20th, 2009. Monster Games prior made Test Drive, some NASCAR games, and the prequel, Excite Truck, a launch title for the Nintendo Wii. If you don't know what any of those games are, I don't blame you. Just know that they ported over Xenoblade Chronicles, Donkey Kong Country Returns, and Pilot Wings Resorts to the Nintendo 3DS. As you can tell immediately just by looking at it, the game has a much different look compared to a lot of other racers you'd see from Nintendo. There's no characters whatsoever in this game, just high-speed machines in the designs of bugs, animals, and sea creatures. And while this doesn't bother me personally, I'm sure this was a huge factor as to why so many people didn't give this game a chance. The whole point of the game is to win the race, just like any other racing game, but the way you go about doing this is a bit different. While finishing in a high place is still important, it's just as important to make sure that you're racking up stars, which is this game's currency, used to buy alternate colors, other vehicles, and various other collectibles, which you can get by spinning in the air, nailing certain obstacles, getting high air, or clearing these short little mini games during the races. If you were to tell me that playing a racing game and then focusing on trying to hit a dartboard, play poker, get a home run, play soccer, catch butterflies, or whatever, mid-race was a good idea, I would have just pointed at the closest door without even saying anything, as an indicator of me telling you to just get out. But they managed to make this addition so much fun. Scattered through the tracks are question mark medals, and when touched, presents will appear on the screen which activates the minigame by riding through one of the presents, some of which even change the terrain of the course so that you can gain more high air to do tricks and earn more stars. And it's this type of wackiness that really sets itself apart from its older siblings and really makes it its own fun thing. Like, the game doesn't really tie itself down to any rules trying to make sense. It's one of the most video gamey games that you can play. I mean, your vehicle can grow legs and start running down the track and grinding on rails like something out of Sonic Adventure 2 as you use motion controls to try and grab all the music notes while maintaining your balance. Yes, that was a mouthful and it probably didn't make sense, but it's some good stuff. Due to the fact that this game is so high speed and only uses the Wiimote, the courses are designed in a way that really wouldn't require too much frantic maneuvering. A lot of it is just wide turns and long stretches, and for the sharp turns, those are usually addressed by introducing these poles that allows the machines to latch onto, spin upwards, and launch off of. It requires a bit of skill to pull off without wrecking your ride, but launching off of these poles at high speeds always feels so good. When the online was still active, it gave players who were feeling confident about their skills a chance to gamble with their stars online. You lay down a set amount of stars at the beginning of each race against other humans, and the better you do in the rankings, the higher your multiplier becomes. You could even go as far as to quintuple your earnings. But like I said, the online is no longer active anymore, sadly, so you're just stuck with local play if you want to get your multiplayer fix out of this game, without the gambling, of course. Excitebots was something really cool, and the music was great as well. Now, normally I would say something along the lines of, man, it's a shame Nintendo just left this franchise to rot over the past decade, But then after a quick Google search, yeah, it's not exactly hard to see why they may not be in a rush to continue the series. With proper marketing and a better box art that didn't look like something you'd see next to Carnival Games or some type of Barbie game in the store, I think people would have given it a chance. Whatever the case, the game is extremely cheap now, and if playing Wii games in 2019 interests you and you haven't played Excitebots before, I would recommend it. Unfortunately, for my European brothers and sisters, it never released over there, so you're kinda out of luck if you want to play it on native hardware. I really do hope Monster Games gets a crack at another Excite game again, because honestly, something tells me that a game like this now would sell a decent amount of copies on Switch. Throw it in a Nintendo Direct a few times, give it a good price, and I'm sure people will take notice. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button. It always helps out a lot and it's appreciated. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a good one.